Hello, Bulweni. Welcome back to another great episode of Life with Siphe. And this time we talk about what it means not to give up on yourself. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse the oiliness. I mean, inspiration just hit. Who cares what you look like when the value is in the message? Firstly, I'd just like to state something because commitment is important, especially to oneself. I know in the past I have committed myself to wanting to upload more videos, more episodes. In fact, the dream is to be uploading about 3 episodes a week in a perfect world. But I've also come to understand that Life with Siphe has really taken its own shape, and therefore it's not fair for me to come and sit here and just go on and confuse you guys, all because I just want content. So I've learned to respect my craft and respect the inspiration, respect the motivation, and respect, mostly importantly, the message. So the message has hit me once again, ladies and gentlemen. Relax, and I hope you enjoy this episode. So this episode is quite simple, something we all go through. I go through it quite a lot, a number of times of year. And it's not easy, I'll be very honest, it's not easy to speak about it while I'm experiencing it. But I find myself in a space that's very inspirational, very comfortable, very at peace and understanding the season which I'm in right now, right? And so I want to talk about not giving up on yourself. This morning, like literally, I'd say a little poem just like came up like in my head like a light bulb. And it goes like, everything, what? Oh, if you stop, whatever you stop, whatever you stop watering stops growing. This includes your well-being, your relationships, your career, your spirituality, your alignment. Anything you stop watering stops growing. A plant you stop watering stops growing. Anything that leaves any relationship, whether it be patience, kindness, love, it leaves because it stopped the nurturing that it used to receive in order for it to bloom ceased to exist. So why do we do this to ourselves? All right. Well, guys, honestly, what I have to share with you is not rocket science. You've probably thought about it once or twice yourself, but it's always about going back to the basics, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the seasons that you're in your life. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I had a friend come to me and she was absolutely devastated and she was crying, and she woke up that morning and she was like, I need to speak to you. And she explained to me how she just had this overwhelming feeling of just looking at her life and where she was and what she was doing and all of these things. And she absolutely realized she let herself down. She felt like she isn't where she needs to be. She felt like she's behind, you know. And the crazy thing about this, people, is that she has just recently gotten a huge breakthrough in her life, you know. And one would think this is the time where it's easier and to be in the state of gratitude, in the state of, you know, I'm winning, I'm killing it. But instead, to her, she just felt like, wow, I'm only getting here now. Damn, there's still so much to do, there's still so much to accomplish. And basically she just felt like she let herself down. And to be honest, guys, I felt that about myself so many times, and the only way I've gotten through it every time is by being kind to myself and really being in gratitude in where I'm at, and understanding that the experiences and our environments feed where we are going and who we are becoming. And so therefore I cannot rush my process or my journey because I want to fit within the status quo. You understand? So I'm here to tell you it's not too late. You have just stopped watering that particular desire you have. You have just stopped watering that particular goal, that particular dream you had. Now, I have have no qualms with a person realizing, oh snap, I let myself down. That's okay. It happens to the best of us. But what matters, as cliche as it may sound, it's not how you fall, it's how you get up. But it's not even a fall, what I'm trying to explain. It's a moment of just realizing that maybe you've just let some habits take over more than they needed to. Bad habits, particularly habits like procrastination, habits like a bit of laziness, like just indecisiveness, or just not taking accountability or taking ownership and just always waiting for the outside world to put everything together for you. When in actual fact, it's okay to realize, snap, okay, I may have let this go on a bit longer than it needed to, and therefore I am sorry, Siphe, for letting us get to this point. Cry about it, process it in whatever way that brings healing to you, to release it in order for you to start again. I always say it's important to shed the old in order to make space for the new, right? So let it all out. From that point, look at where you are and start again. Start getting that canister, put in water, and put in all the right ingredients you need in order to water what it is that your goal is, right? Whether it is you are someone who decided you wanted to change your course at some point and study something else, whether it is you are struggling spiritually and you really wanted to dive into what you need to in order to get into that spiritual alignment, going back to church, leaving church for whatever reason, finding your journey, you understand, what your spiritual alignment looks like. It's never too late, guys. I'm just here to commend you to not give up on yourself. Take a step back, reevaluate, understand where did it all fall apart from you. Also, something that happens to me a lot, I find that the minute there is a situation where I feel like, oh my gosh, I let myself down, firstly, you need to forgive yourself. From that point, you cannot now go back thinking you are going to try and reweave what you had before. No, you need to take the tools of where you are and what you understand to move forward and to build afresh. I know this myself because I have this habit of, quite interesting. I am particularly not a writer. I say this because I feel I express myself very well, articulately, so verbally. And I feel like sometimes writing sort of like slows down my process. But I've also found writing is a very important skill. And particularly just because I don't exercise it a lot does not mean I'm not good at it. And I think I'm learning that the more I do it, the more I'm actually enjoying it. I just need to put effort. And to be honest, the talking part really, it's purpose, it's natural, less effort, and we tend to shy away of the things that need a little bit more effort. But anywho, so I'm a person who, when I write, damn, I must say, I write quite some stuff I'm impressed of, and I'm just like, this couldn't have been you writing over here. But I tend to, when I need to write something new, I want to go back to stuff I wrote in matric, stuff I wrote in varsity, because I'm just like, oh, that piece was good, oh, that piece was good, and I'm trying to get the inspiration I got when I was in that phase, right? But then it hits me, girl, in that moment, you are a different person with different experiences. How much more have you grown from that point? Why are you denying yourself the greatness of writing from where you are with what you are? Because everything that you are experiencing in this moment and that has happened to you is not happened to you, but it's happened for you in order to be aligned with this moment. Therefore, you are ready to align with whatever that needs to be on this pen and paper. You understand, right? So it's like, stop trying to go back and revert and try and relive or go back to the past. Let that be your building block, if anything. All right? And move from that point, because there are moments to me this year that have happened where it just felt so amazing, in lack of better words, so enlightening to understand that everything I have experienced, all my environments, because your environment builds you, right, were getting me ready for that exact moment. Just like everything that has happened this year, every experience, every hurdle, every challenge, every victory has led me to a point of peace and alignment with where I'm at with life with Siphe. A year ago, I would have freaked out that like this channel has not turned into what visually I envision, in terms of making it glam and this and lighting and studios and what, but just what I have learned to appreciate is that I have been true to Siphe. I've been true to the messages that I am gifted with to share with you guys, and I hope they change your life for the better, for positive, or at least put you in a path on your journey better than you were before you listened to this. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I always say this space for me is a space of healing. It's a space of gratitude. It's a space where I get to be in the element of one of my favorite gifts I carry, which is expression in a vocal and oratory form. Just took me back to my Toastmasters days. So I just want to say, don't give up on yourself. It's never too late. Cliche, but it's true. You're not behind. Time is not running out. If anything, if you feel like it is, be honest with yourself. Have those honest conversations to ask, what are you not doing, or what are you repeating that is causing you to feel the way that you feel, less than or non-deserving or not worthy? Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's something that always helps me. I always think to myself whenever I hit a slump, that's Siphe, there's no ways you were born on the 7th of January by mistake. You are carrying gifts that will illuminate themselves as you go through phases and challenges and seasons in your life. Now you owe yourself that much to show up every day so that you don't miss your mark. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but my biggest fear on this realm is that I miss my mark. So every day I make choices intentionally so, and I manifest into my life what I need in order to not miss my mark, and to become to fulfill the purpose in which was stated when the young lady was born on the 7th of January. With that being said, crazy. My birthday is in 3 weeks. It's always a funny time for me. Always a lot of reflection, and always just I believe in making space for new chapters, and just evaluating what this year was for me, what I was able to and what I wasn't able to. But mostly importantly, I take along to the next year all the fruits, the ripe fruits, that will sustain me into my next chapter as well. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in for an episode of The Life with Siphe. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Be safe this festive season. Use this time of rest, if you're able to focus more on the work internally. Because remember, when you're a happy person, everyone around you responds to that energy. So go home if you are doing that during this festive season, and rather than just, if you're a person who usually sucks out of the room, add and just do yourself justice, man. Don't give up on yourself. It's too early for that. Don't give up on yourself. It's never too late. Just remember, go and water that thing that you haven't been watering, and look at it bloom. From your girl uSiphe namhlanje sangasethi emhlanga emihle intombi yakwaNozulu umfana umchumane uthelezi nina nawe lethukela ngoba zimambeni ulimi nabaqhawuka ongojana sibhabhe emafini. I am saying to you guys, happy festive season. Be safe. Love and light to you all. And remember, ukunqula kokuthandaza. Go out there and be great, and be authentically you. Remember to do the thing that makes you, man.